Normalization has a specific technical meaning, but for our purposes, we'll assume the loose abbreviated description that normalization includes the process of removing the potential for data redundancy. You can find far more detailed explanations on the link provided on our training website. The issue arises in the context of our own project. For example, entering Dr. George, Terry, and adding that creates a new record. Even if we had checked for duplication of all three name fields, we'd still have created a new record because the salutation field with a full stop at the end is different. Where we want users to only use a single spelling of commonly multiply spelled words, then we need to restrict them to a drop-down choice. Now let's do that with the salutation field. First, close any files that you may have open from a previous lesson or your own work. And now we'll create a new table in our Alpha CRM database called TLOOKUP. Open the snippets, project, initialize TLOOKUP, and paste that into a new code pane. Save the file in the initialize folder, collapsing our components at the top. This script creates a new table with 4 fields and uses the file CSV lookup salutation to populate the table with the list of possible salutations for use in the T-person table. We've generalized it so we can use it for other lookups as well. These particular lookups will all have a type field with the value salutation. So when we create a drop-down, we'll be able to use a select query to list just the salutations in the drop-down. Now let's create our list of possible salutations. Open a new code pane and open the file datafile salutations. Remembering this is going to be called CSV lookup salutation with no extension. Copy that, go to your untitled page, and look at the format, salutation, comma, Mr., and the order in which they appear in the drop-down list. Save this as CSV lookup salutation in the initialize folder. Now go to your browser and open localhost/initialize and find the initialize TLOOKUP file and run that file. It tells us the number of fields, the number of rows, that drop TLOOKUP failed simply because there wasn't one, but create TLOOKUP was successful, and that our insert statement was also successful. It may be a good idea at this stage to bookmark the initialize folder. Now go to PHP MyAdmin, refresh the Alpha CRM database, and notice that TLOOKUP is now one of the tables listed. You can browse the structure of TLOOKUP to observe that it comprises the 4 fields that we set out in our script, and we can browse the list to observe that it contains the list of salutations with lookup type salutation that we described in our script. Now we're ready to change the person edit form to offer a drop-down for salutation rather than let the user type the value and run the risk of having duplicate entries.